utilized by the Ministry of Agriculture. Part of that money went to WFP, and part of that money was managed by then EPA director and the Ministry of Agriculture. They used it to intervene in the sector, leaving that project with $38 million for investment. Of the $38 million, some of the money were used to support smallholders who were into agro businesses through the grant project that the ministry administered. And let me make it clear. First, this government that came to power in 2024 in January has not, under our stewardship at the Ministry of Agriculture, approved any grant to any farmer. I know the argument has been, we have been the ones giving money to our friends. They say the Ministry of Agriculture is giving money to people who are in government, who are authorities in government, who are ministers, who are directors, and even senators. But I want to make it clear that under our leadership, we have not given out any single dime. All the disbursements that have been made right now were agreements that were entered into between 2020 and 2023. We came and saw this contract already signed. All we have been observing has been disbursement to farmers who benefited from the grant. So for the STAR project, disbursement has been made, and the World Bank component of that project is ending this June. Now, we are trying to clarify the myth that there are $200 million that we've mismanaged. The STAR project was $48 million, and the government, in its own wisdom at that time, took away $10.5 million from that project and used it something differently. The second project that we have there is the RETRAP. That's the Rural Economic Transformation Project, the RETRAP. The total financing for that project is $170 million. That includes the initial financing of $55 million and a second financing of $150 million. But this is how that money is being used. Out of the initial $55 million, $30 million was allocated for the construction of road in Lima County, the road that leaves Tabeta to Tuecha. It's a 40-kilometer road that the government saw necessary to use $30 million out of the initial $55 million to be used for that road. And that fund is not administered by the Ministry of Agriculture. That fund is administered by the Ministry of Public Works because it's road works. For the RETRAP, the second financing of $85 million, the second financing of $85 million is also meant for road construction. And the road that leads Tuata to Zwedru is funded under that initiative. The entire 85 plus the initial $30 million, making it $115 million out of a total of $170 million is being utilized by the Ministry of Public Works. It went through a financing agreement from the World Bank, but not the last round. So, out of the total of $220 million that came to the ministry, 115 of that amount is being used by the Ministry of Public Works to provide road construction services that link this country to neighboring countries. So the idea that we have received $200 million and mismanaged it is not true. A large proportion of that money was dedicated to road construction. And the only reason why today you will not see paved road between Liberia and Cote d'Ivoire is because when the contractors started to do the job, there was a need for some assessments. Those assessments were necessitated by the same World Bank consultants who came and said they saw an elephant footprint in the corridor where the road was supposed to be built, and needed to do biodiversity study to know how the construction of that road was going to impact the livestock in that ecosystem. And that work has been ongoing for more than 2 years. And the money, the $150 million are still with the bank. They have been disbursed here to the country. Once the studies are completed, the bank will release the funding for the construction of that work. If you want to verify what I'm saying, you can check with the Ministry of Public Works to find out how much money that went through agriculture is dedicated to that work that they do with road construction in the country. One other thing I want to clarify is the idea that we as a government have been taking money and giving to our farmers or to our friends. That's not true. As I said earlier, the Reed Track and the STAR projects were approved 2019 and 2021. All of the procurement processes, all of the grant discussions that were taking place, they were all managed by independent bodies. The grant portfolio on a Reed Track and STAR project were managed by a consultant, are still being managed by a team headed by Deloitte. Deloitte manages the Liberia Agriculture Commercialization Fund. And it is through that fund that the grants that people receive have been funded or been disbursed. So you have to apply for the grant, you go through a vetting process, you are qualified, and Deloitte recommend you to the Fund Advisory Committee that is called the FAC, and then the FAC 6 review the recommendation and approves it. So it's not like somebody just goes, look at the document and say, okay, I will give it to this person. No, people have been going through a rigorous vetting process. If you are not qualified by the law that is managing the fund, you are not given a grant. So it shouldn't appear that people just let you and gave you the money. And I want to be specifically clear that this government has not approved any grant. All we have been doing have been to observe the disbursement of those who were previously qualified to receive the money. I think that's a clarification I want to make to the press today. And I will take questions.
That's Minister Dr. Alexander Nita of the Ministry of Agriculture, clarifying on a 200 million allegations made by Senator Nathan Mangi of Mangi County.
Please keep all the questions. I will now invite the organizers of the Nation University Beauty Pageant for a remark. They will speak, they will retire to their seats, and then we will take the questions from you, members of the press.
So the Miss University, Deputy Minister for Culture, Affairs and Tourism. So the Deputy Minister for Culture, Affairs and Tourism will start the ball rolling.
Minister Castro, Minister Luther, all protocol up there. Today we have with us twins, our queens. These are all winners from the Miss Inter-University Liberia contest. So We are going to intersperse it. As you know, MICAT is also in the show business. That's why we do pageants and everything. So I will ask Ms. Molin Chavo. She's also a queen. She's Miss Liberia USA, Miss United Nations, and currently president of the pageantry union in Liberia.
Thank you, Minister. Hello, everyone. Like she said, my name is Mulin Jarbo. Actually, I was Miss Liberia USA 2013, long ago now. I'm the president of the pageant union. I just want to take this moment to tell the Ministry of Information, Cultural Affairs and Tourism, thank you for the continuous effort in promoting pageantry. Last week, Saturday, we had the opportunity to have the Miss Intern University Beauty Pageant that was hosted by Thai Entertainment, consultancy firm. So I would like to take this moment to introduce the CEO and also the media consultant who's going to come on and basically just give us an outlook of the pageant and also talk about the sponsors. So we'll tell you a little bit of that. Tyrese and Vic Jones.
Hello everyone. Like Molin said, my name is Vic June Excalibur. I'm the media consultant for the Miss Inter-University Beauty Pageant organizing committee. I'm here today with my team lead, Mr. Tyrese Tai. He's the CEO for Thai Events and Media Consultancy. So I will just do an overview and then he can come in to check with the necessary information. Thank you, Minister. Sure. Okay, so the Miss Inter-University Beauty Pageant, like we said, has been a historic one. But before I go on, I just want to let me just recognize the presence of the minister and all other platform guests. That was an oversight. I'm so sorry. I think I'm still excited to share about our pageant, so I'm very sorry. So the just in the Miss Inter-University Beauty Pageant, it was a non-beginning beauty pageant contest in Liberia, squarely research focused, where we had our contestants presenting on their research topics that they chose for themselves. So I'd like to thank our sponsors, our team, and our partners, especially MICAT. I just shared with Mr. Sano that the pageants were really successful because we had MICAT as the regulatory arm really involved. They provided their professional and technical support. They were really supporting us along with Molin, the president of the pageant union of Liberia. And we have other sponsors who participated in the participating schools, the judges and the queens as well. So I'd like to talk about the transparency of the pageant. We decided that we wanted to shift the whole dynamics about how pageantry is viewed in Liberia, and we were on a mission to conduct a fair pageant to prove to the world that Liberian young people can organize a transparent pageant. So one of the strategies we used was to hire a statistician to tally the votes of the contestants in the presence of their independent observers. And then we also have credible judges. For this pageant, we decided to lessen the burden, the financial burden on our contestants, because obviously when young people, especially young women, are contesting in beauty contests, they literally go out of their way to get sponsorships. So the team decided to put up front a 7,000 LRD financial support, which was a sign-up bonus. The queens are here, they can attest to that. And then right before the finale, we also gave them 15,000 LRD for funnel preparation. So their hair, their corporate wear for outfit for photo shoot, their sportswear, their Ankara blouses, and so many other things. The organizers were able to handle that through partnerships with other sponsors. So the kind prize we're here today to present to the winner is it was given to us by FC Facile and NIF. They also provided a scholarship for the 3 queens, because the 3 of them are going to have 1-year scholarship each at their current university. For the Miss, the queen herself, who is at UL, the tuition free, of scholarship fund will be given to her for a research project. Will be here to be able to help her do that. So I also want to thank the Liberian people before I call on my team lead. You people are very much keeping us on our feet. We wanted this because we're like, we need to do this, we owe the public accountability, we cannot go wrong. So thank you for being there and supporting us and the media partners as well. So Therese, you can just go over the different.
Honorable Minister and our distinguished platform guests, media present here, my dynamic points. On behalf of TAR Event and Media Consultancy, we want to extend our esteem and inspire congratulations to the ministry for all of the technical support provided us through this process. So we also want to urge the ministry to use the pageantry as a means to inspire young people, nation building, and young people in decision making. If we must sustain these young and beautiful women, we are appealing to the ministry to provide job employment for them as we are able to guide them through the ring. This pageant could have been a success without our sponsors, our partners, the media, and the Liberian Pageantry Union. Today, we have officially come to turn over these beautiful, eloquent ladies. Like my media consultant said, this pageant is the first of a kind, strictly research based, and these queens were very much up to the game that night. And the ministry and the rest of the world will bear a witness. So today, our queens will be receiving varieties of items and gifts because this is a merited pageant. And everything that we are giving them, we want to make sure that it sustains them throughout this process. So, Smart University Miss Hajami Success Kumar, who's happened to be the second runner-up, will walk away with $50,000 Liberian dollars. Can we just get
So my name is Wilfred Dosi. I'm here of Kuwor TV.
So the $50,000 Liberian dollars and a 1 year fully funded scholarship. Okay. And the next one happens to be Miss Chira Do from Stars. Okay. And she'll also have a 1 year fully funded scholarship. Okay, the next point is our first runner-up, Miss Chira Madido, representing the Stars University. She's also going to be walking away with $75,000 Liberian dollars, ambassador dues, and a fully funded scholarship. And we want to put at least a round of applause for our dynamic queen. This pageant is not a beginning where, it's not a pageant where you gotta show your nice body to win. It's your brain and intellect. So put them together for
Here comes our queen.
Miss Vashi Tiwia of the State Run University. So she's gonna be having a cash reward of $100,000 Liberian dollars, a brand new computer. Yeah, a brand new computer from our airline sponsor, Tiffin Liberia, and also a brand new car, Chevrolet Malibu 2016. And so she also did a lot of things here for her. Ambassador deals with all of our partners. And also, we have making our customary way of life as from the pageant team of that event. She's going to be receiving a branded 18-karat gold ring from one of our sponsors, Chocolate Dairy. If you can see on the media, after the pageant, she went there to do her measurement because we couldn't produce the gold ring in the absence of the winner. So after the pageant, she was the winner and she went there to do her fitting. So on Sunday, she's going to be receiving a branded 18-karat gold ring.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you so much to the organizers. One of the things we're trying to do here at MICAT is to take pageantry to a completely new level. And because of that, we decided to cancel the Miss Liberia Beauty pageant as of the time it should have been held. We have an independent committee that comprises of private actors. They're doing a comprehensive plan to present it to us. And then at the end of this year, we'll do the pageant on a very different arrangement. Because at that time, one of the things we will make sure we have will be a brand new forage office for the Queen here at MICAT. We will also ensure that when we're formulating our budget, there will be a small amount to enable that Queen to do something, not just to say that after winning the pageant. For this level, we're starting with Miss Liberia, but we hope to come down later to Queens in your category, because it's not sufficient to just say you want the thing, your car, your this, and that's it. They got to be seen doing something productive, and the government will help them to do so. So on behalf of the ministry and the organizers of the pageant, I present to you the key for your car. And I want to congratulations. The motivation for other young girls to be watching on. But before we do that, the Minister of Agriculture made some strong clarifications here, and I know the press may have some questions. Minister Sanders spoke earlier on many different things, so we'll just take those few questions that you will have, after we will all go down together and make a final presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Minister.